So you've decided you want to invest out of state. California, Seattle, New York, and Miami are just too overpriced. You know that you can find better deals and get better rates of return in the Midwest. But where do you start? In this video, we're going to talk about the 5 things you must do to get started investing in out-of-state real estate, or you're going to fail. Now make sure that you watch the video all the way through, because the final point that I'm going to talk about, I don't think I've ever heard anyone else speak about it as importantly and give it as much prestige as I'm going to give it in this video right here. Let's jump right into it with point number 5, securing funds and lending. Maybe you already own a home in your regular market, or you're already investing in your local market and you have a good lender there. But have you ever considered that maybe your local lender won't actually lend you money on a property out of state? You could be using a local credit union, local bank, or even just a larger mortgage company that for whatever reason doesn't do business in the potential market you're examining. So before you go online and find that beautiful, fantastic deal and then look to put an offer in on it, only to be told by your lender that, I'm sorry, we don't service loans in this area, you want to make sure you secure the lending and figure that out ahead of time before you even get started. I highly recommend that you use a larger online national broker, and you probably want to get at least a couple of different quotes. I always try to get 3 different quotes, because lending interest rates and the amount that they will actually allow you to borrow varies very greatly from lender to lender, as well as you may find one lender wants you to do 25% down and one lets you do 20% down. That can make or break a deal right there in terms of your cash flow or just the cash that you want to put into the deal to get started. So always get competitive quotes and make sure you secure that lending ahead of time, just like you would in your regular market. Point number 4, you can't micromanage. You have to accept that crap is gonna happen. Tenants aren't gonna pay, stuff is gonna break, things are going to go wrong. This is a stressful industry to be involved in, real estate investing. It adds a layer of complexity and added stress when you detach yourself 2,000 miles away. If you were the type of person who needs to know and needs to be in control and needs to be hands on the project, boots on the ground, then maybe out-of-state real estate investing isn't for you. The best advice that I can give you is to defer the majority of the day-to-day work to your property managers. Your real estate agent, if you're hounding this person constantly, you're not going to develop a good relationship with you, and they're going to take good deals to other investors who are a little bit more easy to get along with. You don't want that to happen. You want the best deals coming to you first. Now, I'm not advocating that you shouldn't speak to your agent, that you shouldn't call your property manager. It's your job to manage your property manager. You should be having conversations with them, and tough conversations if the time requires. But you don't need to be calling all the time, every single month. Was the rent paid? Was the rent paid? Was the rent paid? If they don't call you to let you know, hey, it was missed, then that's a conversation you have with, I would appreciate a phone call if rent is missed by the 5th of the month on whatever property you're managing. But calling to confirm with them that payments have been made when 9 times out of 10 they're being made, you're just going to cause them heartache and yourself unneeded work. All right, number 3, learning the market. So maybe you're looking at Birmingham, Alabama, Tulsa, Oklahoma, Gary, Indiana, or Grand Forks, North Dakota. Now, there's nothing wrong with comparing and contrasting these different markets, but there's still 2 more things higher up on the list that are more important than the market. So you still want to take the time to figure out, for the market you're looking at investing in, what a bad, average, good, and great deal is, and then only do good and great deals. Just because you're a big wig from out-of-state California money bags, local investors, local wholesalers, and local sellers see you as a target and they are ready to frickin' hit the bullseye. You don't want that to happen to you. All the time in different groups that I'm in, I'll see some wholesaler post a property and $50,000, and I look at it and it's in total disrepair. It looks like a piece of garbage. It's a trailer house. And I'm like, wow, this thing should be $35,000 at best. But the only reason that I know that is because I look at my market all the time and have a very good knowledge basis of what properties in that area actually rent for and actually sell for. And if you haven't spent the time to learn your market and learn what deals should cost, you're gonna get taken advantage of, because you're gonna say, 50,000 bucks, that's the cheapest property I've ever seen. It must be a good deal. And then you're gonna come to find out later, it's definitely not. You bought yourself a lemon. Luckily, it wasn't a super expensive mistake, but it's probably going to turn you off to out-of-state investing. So don't go down that road. Be smart, learn your market ahead of time. Okay, the second most important thing that you can do is build your team. And the team's importance is ranked as follows. Number one, your property manager. This is your star player. This is your LeBron James, Michael Jordan, Cristiano Ronaldo. This is your top dog. This guy will make or break your out-of-state real estate investing experience. So you have to get the property manager right, and that's tough. Below him are going to be your contractors, your repairmen, especially if you're looking at doing any type of BRRRR strategy where you're going to be doing repairs. A good contractor might even trump the property manager, but a good contractor is going to be paramount to your success. Below that is a real estate agent, and below them are the wholesalers. Now, the reason that real estate agent's a little further down is because there's so many real estate agents in any given market. It's usually a little bit easier and less costly to find a good one that actually vibes with you and you guys get along and you think that this is going to be a good relationship. Property managers, they're significantly less in your city, and it's going to be costly to go through them or contractors in terms of figuring out if they're good or bad. Building your team is significantly more important than the market you invest in. You could invest in a less ideal market with not as great returns, but if you have the right team, you're going to do fantastic. But on the flip side, you could have the best returns in the most beautiful market and everything should work, but if you don't have a good property manager, you have a terrible agent, you can't get repairs done in a timely manner, you are going to suffer the entire way through, and I don't want that to happen to you. All right, the number one most important thing. Guys, if you made it this far in the video, if you've gotten all the way to here, like the goddamn video, guys. Subscribe to the channel, all right? I'm doing my best to give you free, beneficial content so that you can make money and become a millionaire, be successful, buy out-of-state units, and hopefully get to 8 units like I'm at, or even better. So please, come on, help. It's like a click, and that's it. That's done. So the number one most important thing is the network of other investors. Now, some people may say that, well, this is like building a team, or, yeah, okay, great, I understand that networking is important, but allow me to elaborate on why this is so important and how I would have been completely just ruined if I hadn't have done this early on. You have to develop a team of people that you can trust, people that you actually befriend and trust to give you advice and recommendations and referrals, and they're not trying to get money from you, they're not trying to get anything from you, they just care about you because you're friends. So how do you develop this network, Mike? Mike, where do I find these people? How do I network with other people? Well, there's a couple of good things that you could do. Number one, I would go on Facebook immediately in whatever market you're looking at. Gary, Indiana Real Estate and Facebook group. Oh, there isn't a Gary, Indiana Real Estate Facebook group. Okay, Northwest Indiana Facebook group. There isn't one for that. All right, fine. Indiana Investing Real Estate Facebook group. Oh, perfect. There's one. How many members? Oh, 4,000 members. Oh, great. There's people from Gary. There's people from other parts of Indiana. Fantastic. Then you interact with these people. When they post something, listen, respond, ask them thoughtful questions, ask for their advice. How long have you been in this area? What are you doing to find success? Who do you use as a lender? Who do you use as a property manager? Who's your real estate agent? Which market do you like the best? What type of properties are you purchasing? 3-bed 2s, duplexes, 4plexes, large single family, small single family, fix and flips, turnkey properties? Who has the keys to every single door you want to unlock? Other investors in the market who have gone through the trial and error to find all of the best people and qualified people you could use. This is the most important thing you can do to make sure that you skip the heartache that most investors are going to feel when they get started in a new market. You'll want these people on your side. If you can't find them on Facebook, my next suggestion is go to YouTube. Gary, Indiana Real Estate videos. Oh, hey, there's this random guy named Millennial Mike who makes videos. Let me go comment on his video. Well, would you look at that? He's so trash at YouTube that he only has a couple thousand subscribers and actually responds to all of the comments on his videos. Well, great. Do you have any idea how many deal analysis numbers I've run for random people that I've never met before who message me from some random Instagram account called like HorseLover96, and I'm like, okay, let me help you analyze your deal real quick. Yeah, this one looks pretty good to me, or this one doesn't look good to me. If you go out and look for people, there's good people out there who will help you. My mentor, some of my friends, I met all these people in the comment section of YouTube videos or Facebook groups. That's how I met Michael Zuber. That's how I met literally in Facebook groups and comment sections. And now I speak to these people more frequently than some of my own friends and family. All right, maybe that just means I'm a nerd or a loser, but at the end of the day, I'm doing good with real estate because of it. So yes, find other qualified, good investors, become their friends, listen to what they're saying, and when they give you advice, act on that advice. Go do what they said, come back to them and say, hey, I did what you said, this is what I've got. Do you want to check my work, make sure I didn't mess anything up? Because now they're invested in you and they feel like, hey, this person's worth teaching, they're worth mentoring. That's how you find a mentor. I hate when I see on BiggerPockets Facebook page, I'm a young, motivated person. I'm looking for a mentor. Anyone want to be my mentor? Dude, nobody wants to be your mentor. Okay, that's not how you find a mentor. The way you find a mentor is you start doing something. You start trying to take action and you move forward. And then people take notice of you and you ask them for advice and you go to them for help. And then they become invested in you to the point where they want your success to be their success and vice versa. That's how you find a mentor. That's how you find other good investors. So that would be my advice to you. Guys, appreciate you always for watching the video. If I didn't cover one of these topics in specific enough detail, leave a comment down below and let me know what you want to hear more about so I can make another video. And remember, like the goddamn video, guys. It's the least you could do for me. Subscribe to the channel and we'll catch you next time.